Bring them out. It's Fort Collins Foxes baseball on the Foxes YouTube stream, presented by KeyBank. Thanks to KeyBank, our exclusive sponsor of streams last year, all summer, and into the weekend as we wrap up the 2026 summer season. Foxes hosting again tonight, scheduled again tomorrow, Thursday, and then on Saturday, the finale of the season for the Fort Collins Foxes, who face the Colorado Lumberjax tonight. Lumberjax record on the year 10-22, playing their 33rd game of the season tonight. Foxes have booked 37 games on the year, 23 wins, 14 losses, another successful campaign in a number of measures, record being one of those, but not the only measure by any means. Foxes have the 23-14 mark into tonight's game with the Colorado Lumberjacks. On the mound tonight for the Foxes, Rocco Harmon out of Fort Collins High School, where he graduated from. Rocco Harmon will pitch. And a Pooter High School guy out of Fort Collins himself, Ryan Vandiver, behind the plate tonight. It's Harmon and Vandiver, the battery, facing Josh Miller. Shortstop Josh Miller leads off. Out of Parker, Colorado, Bethany Lutheran College, middle infielder. Really an all-around the infield guy, Josh Miller. Can play some third base for you, too. Takes strike one on pitch one of tonight's Foxes and Lumberjacks matchup. 6:11 p.m. is when we started this one tonight. Time and temperature, 91 degrees at first pitch. Ball launched to center, a couple steps back, and Foxes have a Ty Wilson in that location for a fly out to center field. It's Wilson in center. Nick Bertucci bats fourth tonight and will be in right field. He's there right now. Wilson, who caught that, he's batting second again tonight, the center fielder. Catcher Gladish, you can see the defensive alignment on your screen. Catcher Gladish in left field. Genesis Nunez and Keenan Harvey on the corners. Ty Acton and Luke Sidwell up the middle. Harmon Vandiver, your previously announced battery tonight. Good first pitch. Maverick Alcaria is fooled on that and better here on an 0-1 count. Harmon's pitch, spun that. Alcaria hit that off the end of the bat and spun it foul down the first base side. Maverick from Colorado Springs, Colorado. De Anza College, his listed school from this past season. And Maverick played with the El Paso County Baseball Miracles last summer, a team we saw a lot of. Got a chance to see Maverick last year. Said hello to him down at the third base dugout pregame. Maverick, a character for sure. Enjoy his personality. Pleasant young dude. 78-mile-per-hour cutter to Alcaria. Took it to a 1-2 count. Harmon's pitch. Misses down. Good spot. Working away and just missed the bottom part of the zone. Came with the sinker at 85. Mid-80s on the sink for Rocco Harmon. Misses that wide. And bounces off of Ryan Vandiver on a skip next to the plate. Josh Dorr back with us tonight on the coaching staff. Good to see Josh. Comes out and picks up that loose ball at the backstop. Skylar Black, Jay O'Connor, Josh Dorr bringing the Foxes down the home stretch last couple games of the summer. Strikeout pitch. Rocco Harmon has his first K of this start on his second batter face. Changeup at 77 miles per hour, and that had some finish to it. Some movement at the back of that changeup. Dove away from the swing of Alcaria. Now it's Damian Fisher, number 3 batter. Highlands Ranch, Colorado, Rock Canyon High School. Committed to Johnson County Community College. That's significant. Damian Fisher quickly has an 0-2 count. Harmon's 0-2 pitch, trying to work quickly out of this first. He'll have to throw another. The 1-2 pitch, tapped foul in front of the plate. Damian Fisher finds a way to stay alive on a good pitch from Rocco Harmon. Cutter at 78 miles per hour. Harmon's pitch. That one got him working out and away, bending it down on the outer part of the plate. Good finish by Rocco Harmon. He strikes out the second and third batters he sees in the top of the first after the fly out to center by Josh Miller. Harmon with a pair of Ks. 3 up, 3 down for the Lumberjacks in the first. Here come the Foxes. Pair of ties will be up first. Acton and Wilson, and then Dalton Berg, the first 3 for the Foxes. Bottom of the first inning, 9-inning ball game scheduled tonight from City Park in Fort Collins. Thad Anderson and the Foxes crew with you tonight. Preston Munch on public address, which you'll, as we have all summer, have a chance to pick up plenty of that on our game microphone. We're all tucked in here behind home plate. The tight confines of City Park South Field. Ty Acton swings, and he's got a 1-1 count foul back. There's the batting order on your screen. The pair of ties, Dalton Berg, this inning for sure. Nick Bertucci, got a brief interview with Nick before the game. You'll hear that during the course of tonight's action. Genesis Nunez, catcher Gladys, Keenan Harvey, Ryan Vandiver, Luke Sidwell, down through the order for the Foxes. Strike makes it a pair of those against Ty Acton, or he said he's okay with action. Apparently there was either a typo or a misinterpretation or maybe an autocorrect when his name was sent over in early July when he's going to join the Foxes. He's going to slice this to left. Long run won't pay off with a catch. That ball's down fair for a single in left field. Maverick Alcaria got over there, but no chance to pick that before it hit the turf. And then Ty Acton creates the action with an other way single, backside base hit. So Ty, in early July, got the call, hey, we could use a guy up here in Fort Collins. He got out of Arizona, got out of the heat to different heat, but better heat, according to Ty. This Ty is going to show bunt and take a ball. So they send up the information on the newest member of the offense and now the leadoff guy playing shortstop. And somewhere in there it came across with an I in it, so Ty Action is the new nickname. He said he's kind of good with that. He kind of likes the sound of it. He's on at first with the single. Ty Wilson, original recipe Ty, got here in late May. Acton takes off. Here's the throw on a breaking ball. And the umpire out in the middle of the field, looks like that's Kyle Higley. He had to do a little arms up in the air, thin yourself out move so that throw wouldn't hit him as he turned to make his judgment on the out safe call. Making sure he didn't get in the way of the throw. The throw pulled over to the first base side. Wilson offers at that one, trying to bunt. The pitch was elevated. Ty reached for it, has a strike tallied against him. Kai Erlmeyer, the starting righty for Lumberjax tonight. Wilson flares that. That one's going to get down. Will it get fair? No, it's foul by a couple feet. Running over and picking that one up off the grass next to the bullpen plates down the right field side. Second baseman Gino Maccarini. And yes, indeed, I did get an interview with Gino Maccarini for tonight. Visiting player. A rare honor indeed. Rarest of honors. We don't usually talk to them guys. Oh, wait, they're a bunch of ball players, too, as it turns out. Some of them are from Fort Collins, like Gino Maccarini playing second base for the Colorado Lumberjacks. Couple strikes now. Wilson working here. He'll take one up and in. That'll run the count to full at 3-2. Mentioned Maccarini at second. The shortstop, Josh Miller. Miller led off the top of the first, batting, and flew out to center field. First baseman for the Lumberjacks, Elias Frenier. And the third baseman, Zach Perry. Wilson's going to pop that up. It'll peel back and get out of play. Land in the street between the two ball fields. Smacked on the asphalt out there. Kai Erlmeyer on the mound for the Lumberjacks tonight. Everybody a little shorthanded on the pitching staffs at this time of the year. Some players have hit their summer limits for their college program's wishes. Some guys had to get on, heading out to start setting up for their fall or get a little breather and rest up before they get to their fall season. So pitching at a premium at this time of year across the country in summer collegiate leagues. Ty Wilson walks, and both ties have set the table for Dalton Berg batting third. Dalton's earned his way to this number 3 spot, no question. He is swinging it. DHing tonight is Dalton, the lefty. He likes first pitch. Let's see if he gets on one here from Erlmeyer. Laid off that. It missed wide, ball 1. Kai Erlmeyer, righty from Sierra Vista, Arizona, heading to Amarillo College this fall. Played at Cochise Community College last season. Berg goes after that pitch, a little away and a little up, and Berg swings through that. Count is 1-1. Berg hits that to left, and that will push Alcaria back a couple steps. He's got the catch tag from second to third, and Acton will get there. Ty Acton with the left fielder moving towards center field. He was not in a great throw position at the time of the catch. Couldn't get his feet underneath him and get back through that ball. So a good read. They're going to appeal that to second base, but did not leave early is the ruling out at second. The question there by the Lumberjacks was, did Ty Acton leave the bag before the ball was caught? And our third base line umpire, who's rotated to the middle, Kyle Higley, says he's good. He tagged up, waited long enough. Runners on the corners. Bertucci, first pitch fouled away. Alcaria in left field had to cover a decent amount of ground to get over there. He was catching it, moving to his glove hand side away from third base. That's a nice base running read by Ty Acton to pick up 90 feet on the fly out from Dalton Berg. Bertucci, runner takes off. That ball's going to sail over the catcher. Here comes Acton. He is in safely. First run of the night to the Foxes on a wild pitch. Ty Acton scores. And here they go again. Fox's offense has been, might as well just use the descriptive, sometimes cliche term, but it applies in this case, prolific. Offensively, the Foxes coming down the backstretch of the season. That home run total, Skylar Black, the head coach for the Foxes this summer of 2026, told me a couple days ago they were hoping to get to 60 bombs. They were at 54. They hit 5 that night alone, and they are up and over that. He should have set that mark at about 80. Popped and a long run. Nice job tracking that down. First baseman covers a little ground. Elias Frenier. Elias out of Littleton, Colorado. He played at Antelope Valley and now will be at Cal State San Bernardino. Elias, I bet he had some rebounding numbers in high school too. Tall figure at first base, went and made the foul pop-up catch. Now the Lumberjacks trying to see if they can get out of here with just one run allowed. Genesis Nunez batting number 5 for the Foxes. Gio at third base tonight in the number 5 spot. Ty Wilson, been talking about the other. There he goes on cue. I was going to talk about stolen bases. He's got one right there. Good jump on the pitcher. That's not the catcher's issue. No chance there. Ty got a great jump. Timed it up right. So Skylar Black coaching third again tonight. Looks like Josh Dorr is over at first base coaching, and Jay O'Connor is tending to the flock in the first base dugout. Skylar Black wanted 150 stolen bags on the season for the Foxes was his goal as of a couple days ago. Swing, and Nunez misses that. 2-2 count. The Foxes now into this 38th game of the season. The home run count at 63, so up and over the 60 goal. Foul ball down the right side out of play. And the stolen base total with that one from Ty Wilson now at 140. So they need 10 more to hit Coach Black's goal of 150 for the summer. 140 stolen bases for the Foxes. And they're playing tonight their 38th game of the year. Ty Wilson is the steals leader for the team, now at 37 on the year. Gets one more tonight, and he'll be averaging exactly 1 per game that the Foxes have played. Walk to Nunez, second free pass of the inning. Let's check it, though, for Ty. I know he was sick at least one of the games, didn't play. He's played in 33 games this season, and he's got 37 stolen bases. Any of us can quickly figure out the math that that's north of one per game. Strike to catcher Gladish, number 6 batter, the left fielder, catcher Gladish. Lineup really rounded into shape for the Foxes. There goes Nunez trying to get another stolen base. Here's a good throw. Macarini sweeps the tag, safe. He swiped across the back of a sliding number 9. Genesis Nunez add another one to the stolen base total. Foxes continue to run aggressively. 141 stolen bags on the year. Pretty nice throw from Brady Sires. Brady out of Centennial, Colorado, plays at the School of Mines in Golden. He's behind the dish catching Kai Erlmeyer. Nice throw. Macarini at second base thought he got Nunez on the sweep past his back. Now he's chatting with Nunez. Wonder if he just asked him, did I get you or not? Call was that he might have missed on the tag. It was going to be close either way. The timing of that, Nunez was getting in with a good slide. He got in safely, and now another walk, and Gladish takes the third free pass of the first frame. Playing with fire here for sure. Mound visit now. Patrick Williamson is the head coach for Colorado Lumberjacks. Randy Sevier and Spencer Searcy are the assistant coaches on a 3-coach staff for the Lumberjacks. Good summer collegiate program. Been around a little while. Built up a good base and a good name. Enjoyable team to play. So let's check it out. Talking about the prolific, I wanted to say the word again, so I got it back in there, offense of the Foxes. They've scored in double digits in their last 5 games leading into tonight. Played the Lumberjacks as a road game in the Denver area on Wednesday, July 15. That started the double-digit scoring run, winning 11-7 over the Lumberjacks 6 days ago. They've scored in their last 5 games in order from oldest to newest, 11, and then 12, and then 10, and then 14, and then 17. The last 2 games have been the high water mark in total runs. Here's a nubber along the first baseline, picked up by the pitcher Erlmeyer, tossed to Frenier at first base, and Keenan Harvey taps out with a soft ball toward the first base side. Played with fire, dodged a bullet to mix the metaphors. Just 1 run, Ty Acton scored after his leadoff single. 3 walks in the inning, but none of those guys came around to score. Harvey, the soft ground out, caps the first inning. It's 1-0. Foxes have the first inning advantage. Elias Frenier, Zach Perry, Gino Macarini, the 3 coming to the plate in the top of 2. Foxes hosting the Colorado Lumberjacks tonight. Turns out tonight one of the bad guys is a good guy. Hey, it's nice to have a good guy back in town. Gino Macarini grew up in the Fort Collins Baseball Club, went to Cooperstown with me when he was, 12 years old. Yeah. Gino, welcome back to where you ought to be. We're happy to see you.
Yeah, I've missed being home. It's much needed, and it's great to see everyone I know.
We got a few other things we'll talk about, and just generally, I know you and I talked a little bit. Summer's had a couple little wrinkles to it. How's this settled in for you for the summer? How's it felt, and what have you gotten out of it?
Just being able to play a full summer has been great. Coming off of an injury last summer was difficult, but I'm just grateful to play the game I love and be around a bunch of guys I played against in high school, so it's really fun.
This Lumberjacks squad taking on the Foxes tonight. I know you were at least one of the games with the Foxes, weren't you? Mm-hmm. How do you look at these two teams? Similarities, differences? What do you see?
Both teams don't really have much pitching right now with how late it is in the season, so it's just trying to get their starter out and do the best we can to get to the bullpen fast. But both teams can hit for power, play small ball, both really good defensive teams, so it's always a good battle playing the Foxes.
Standing here at City Park South Field, I know through Fort Collins Baseball Club, we ran Old Dudes Wood Bat out here a couple times. Your dad would come and play. You jumped on the field, when you were younger. What's the first time you remember playing a competitive game on here? Probably during your high school years, I imagine.
Yeah, my junior year against Rocky Mountain, we played them, and that was really fun because we beat them, and that was a really good win for us getting into playoffs. So, but I have so many fun memories at this field.
Gino Maccarini featured on the in-game interview. First pitch, one-hop shot toward Luke Sidwell, ground out to second base. Elias Frenier is out number one in the top of the second. Zach Perry and then Gino Maccarini. More of the Maccarini interview will come along as we move through the game tonight. Thanks to Gino for the time. I bumped into him on the way up to the Fox box tonight. Gino chatted, got Nick Bertucci on the other side, and then as we sat down, Max Abernathy, the alpha member of our broadcast crew, and me assisting Max. Here's a ground ball towards short, backhand pickup, long throw from Acton. Got him. Nice play by Ty Acton. Call him Action. Put the I in that last name. Ty Action gets it done on a backhand play toward the hole, plants the back leg and gets a good throw. Keenan Harvey on the other end of that, 2 away. 2 quick ground balls for Rocco Harmon in his second inning of work. Smattering of applause for Gino Maccarini. Come on, fans, give it up, local boy. So you got Fort Collins High on the hill. You got Fort Collins High in the batter's box with Poudre High School receiving these pitches. All Poudre School District high schools here in Fort Collins. Gino Maccarini. Again, more interview with him coming up, and we may get a special guest on headset from the Maccarini family a little later tonight. And for the first time, really, that I can think of this season, we have the threat of rain tonight. 8 p.m. was the projected time. Something like what was that, 80-some or 90% chance of rain tonight. Clouds and some breeze pushing in from the foothills out west. Maccarini steps back in, 2-1 count. Gino's had some power this year, hitting some balls out of some yards. Took a good hack there. Gino playing at Concordia in Seward, Nebraska. There's a Kansas Concordia University, and there's Concordia College in Seward out near Lincoln, not far from Omaha. I went out and saw a game of his a couple of seasons ago, just jumped in the truck and went and caught little Gino ball. Genesis Nunez throws tall, but so is Keenan Harvey. He's 6'5". You can put it up there upstairs, and Keenan will grab it for you. Each infielder gets a rep. Ground ball to second to Sidwell. Ground ball to short to Acton. Ground ball to third to Nunez. All the throws successful to Harvey at first base. Nice inning. Rocco Harmon 6 up, 6 down. It's 1-0 Foxes.
What's unique or different about this particular park?
Just growing up around it, it's a good park compared to everywhere else we play here. So the quality of it's really big, and it's just a lot. You get a lot of fans around here too, from just people walking by. So it's really fun.
It's food truck night just across over there by the pool. There's like 20 food trucks. If you get a chance, if you're not due up for like 8 guys, run over there and get yourself a corn dog or something. How about you for when the summer ends and next week or so, probably wrapping up? What's it look like coming up for you next week, couple weeks, and then into the fall?
Resting my body up before a long fall, getting moved into an apartment, getting situated at school, and to get my body and mind right to handle the next year of school. So.
And I don't think I've talked to you, so I'm gonna be exposed here. Back to Concordia. Okay, so you're still in Seward, Nebraska, right? And you'll be third year of play there. How's it look going into it this year?
It's looking good. We lost 30 guys, so half of a new team, and we had the same problem last year, but we're able to keep around the 40 wins. So hoping this group of new guys can do the same.
Without giving up too much, I know the pitcher you're facing tonight is a guy you played with at Fort Collins High, Rocco Harmon on the bump. That'll be pretty fun. How many times have you faced him in a situation, head-to-head like this?
We've done live at-bats before in high school and then just winners, but it's probably been like a handful of times we faced each other, and I think Rocco has the upper hand on me, so I don't tip my cap to that. But
I'll air this during the game. I'll chop it up into a couple different segments. So hopefully by the time I play this, you will have hit a bomb off of him. I've seen a few bombs from you, by the way, this summer. You added some power?
Finally, it's about time. This is the first time I've had multiple in a season, so it's felt really good.
So I know your mom, Charlotte, your dad, Gene, and your brother, Joey. Who's your favorite family member?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I love them all. That's a good answer rather than getting chewed out by someone back home.
That's right. Gino, good to see you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Gino Macarini, thanks for the time. I said, Gino, if you're like 8 guys away from due up, run over the food truck rally. He'll be due up 9th next inning, so we'll keep an eye. Max, keep an eye out if he runs off to the food trucks after this defensive half. This half led off by a single from Ryan Vandiver. Fox's catcher, not Gladish, just the catcher. Ryan Vandiver puts one in play. Good, solid single through the right side from Vandiver. Tony Mondragon, courtesy running at first base. Mondragon on for the catcher with nobody out. Foxes trying to score in consecutive innings here. Early 1-0 lead. They left the 6th inning empty a couple days ago against Slammers North. I was trying to remember, they did have a scoreless 6th, the Foxes offense. I knew at one point, and so it was through 5 innings, they scored in every frame, scored 3 more in the 7th. I was trying to see how long their scoring every inning string was, and it's only 2 innings right now, but they're trying to make it a 3rd, and that walk will help. That's the 4th walk issued. That's a problem. Mentioned playing with fire, mixed the metaphors, dodged a bullet, play with fire, dodge a bullet. Last inning, left them loaded, just 1 run in. Don't want to do that again, and that's how this inning is shaping up already. Kai Erlmeyer was upper 80s with the fastball in the first inning. He's going to try to get through the top of the order now. Ty Acton up. He takes strike 1. Upper 80s with the fastball, and then Max Abernathy, apparently poor pitch recognition. Wasn't seeing it well up there. Couldn't figure out what the 79-mile-per-hour thing was. Neither could I. No discredit. What'd you say? Call it maybe like a 2-seam or a sink? What were you thinking? A little sink action. Mostly fastballs in the first inning, and 87 to 89, so pumping it up on the, not a gun, it's a, what is that thing? It's a pocket radar. It's basically a little handheld box, thin rectangle. Strike to Acton. Keep an eye on these clouds starting to push around, and I'm going to say it was just a brain synapse flash in my head. I thought I saw a flash, but that might have just been my synapses working. Foul ball. That one hit the office. Time. Gonna need. Hey, Jonathan Maxfield has Cooper Construction in town. They do roofing. We might get hail tonight. Already got drilled on the roof of the Fort Collins Baseball Club thanks to Ty Acton on the foul ball. 1-2 count. Erlmeyer's pitch is a strikeout pitch. Down and away. Acton is like, huh? Call is like out. 1 away, 2 aboard. Well, again, that's how you might dodge the bullet when you're playing with fire. Strikeout was big, leaving the force on here. Good speed, though. Ty Wilson going to try to double up here. It's going to have to go quick. I'd love a ground ball opportunity. Wilson takes one above his helmet. All right, I got to clean that up. It's Concordia University in Seward, Nebraska, and then in Concordia, Kansas, that's Cloud County Community College. But the Concordias get confused often. But the one called Concordia is Gino Macarini's school in Nebraska of the university variety. Cloud County CC is the one in Concordia, Kansas. Also a campus in Junction City on I-70. Couple of balls delivered. Now a strike as Ty Wilson showed bunt. Oh, man, there's more Concordias? Irvine, California has a Concordia University. Max is saying Texas has one, too. That's like naming your kids Max, Maxwell, Maximilian, Maxtopheles. Austin, Texas has a Concordia University. Wow, I'm confused. Don't name your kids Thad. Unless you're me, then thanks, Mom. I know she's listening, so I don't mind that. But spent my life spelling that one. What'd you say? The walk is a problem. Foxes have 2 base hits in this game. They have 7 base runners. Just 2 hits. Not awesome, but not too late. Back to the full windup for Erlmeyer. Berg likes the first pitch. He liked that one and swung foul tip that. Dalton will jump on a pitch early. Has converted a bunch of those into Jimmy Jacks. That's an old term for home run for an old head like Max. Down and on the inner part, Berg takes 2-1 count. Los Tres Amigos on the umpire crew tonight. That pitch is up, and Berg drives this count to his favor, 3-1. I've heard some people, including one of my assistant coaches over the last handful of years, always yell out on this 3-1 count. Best count in baseball. And ruh-roh. Another walk. That'll push one in. Rough frame here. Leadoff single. Got a strikeout in the mix, but 3 walks in the hunt here. We've had a mound visit in the first inning, and we're not far from one here in the second. Bullpen is empty, and that's probably just because there's literally nobody to put down there. I know the Lumberjacks came in shorthanded on arms tonight. Kai Erlmeyer going to try to dial it in here. Erlmeyer, like I mentioned, out of Sierra Vista, Arizona. Played last year at Cochise Community College, off to Amarillo College this coming fall. He's a guy who can get it done. He's just having some trouble. We've talked about visiting pitchers, sometimes commenting on having to adjust to the mound here at City Park. It's unique. Nick Bertucci popped out to first in foul territory his first time up. They'd love another round of that, but Bertucci's going to try something different. Chopper is over the infield. One hop, and it bounced all the way out to the outfield grass. Throw through will be cut off, not through. And that's a 2 RBI base hit. Bertucci cashing in some of those walks. Ty Wilson is scoring on that transaction. Vandiver's spot came around. Bertucci, more RBI. (4-0) the score. Ty scored behind Luke Sidwell. Tony Mondragon was pushed in on the walk, so that's 3 runs in the frame. This time playing with fire does burn. And Genesis Nunez, second at-bat. First at-bat officially, potentially. Second plate appearance of the game. Nunez walked in the first, stole a base. Was stranded at second. Mentioned Los Tres Amigos from Northern Colorado Sports Officials, our umpires tonight. Rob Montoya behind the dish. Anthony Christensen down the first base side, and third base side is Kyle Higley, and that's going to be an RBI knock for Genesis Nunez. Around comes Dalton Berg, and it's the 5th run of the game for the Foxes. Berg scoring on Nunez. RBI single, back-to-back RBI base hits for the Foxes. Here comes that next mound visit. Now the bullpen does have an occupant for the Lumberjacks, lefty down there with a blue glove on. So I don't see a number yet, but if you're a family member of a lefty for the Lumberjacks with a blue glove, that's your guy. It's Ethan Jones out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Porterville College for Ethan, the lefty, in the pen. Let's see. Max, you were on, I was just trying to see if you had a switch glove on. You were on the 12-year-old California team we went. Is that right? Did you go to California's 12s? With Bradley and the boys? You weren't on that one? What? How'd you get cheated out of that deal? We had, that would have been, 6 years ago or so? And we took 2 teams out there. I think maybe we had was it 14s now? Yeah, it was 14s and 12s. That's what it was. We're warming up, or we're getting ready to play offense. Other teams warming up on the field. Pitcher's throwing his pitches. We're in the third base dugout. I'm coaching third. Guys behind me on this team that's just a bunch of put-together guys, kind of all-star team. I hear a bunch of guys talking, he's got a switch glove. He's got a switch glove. And they're all freaking out. Strike to catcher Gladish, swinging and missing. I turned around and told everybody to chill out. Come on, doesn't matter. Just got to see the ball. I don't care which arm he's throwing with. See it, hit it, let's go. But then I turned around and watched him throw again. And I didn't let them see my face, but I cringed because I knew it was going to be a long day with that guy. Switch glove. It was a pitcher who switched arms. First batter, he went, and I'm trying to remember which way he went. I think he went lefty on the first batter, struck him out. Next batter, he went to righty, the pitcher did, and he struck that guy out. And we were convinced it was legit. Not many people can do that. Seen it here and there, impressive stuff. A couple strikes to Gladish. That was quick work. That's a Hall of Fame mound visit. Got results. Credit to Kai Erlmeyer. After unsmooth waters, he comes out with a strikeout of Gladish. Bam, bam, bam. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Ninth batter of the inning is Keenan Harvey. Bat around second frame for the Foxes. I mentioned the 5 consecutive games in double-figure scoring. They're halfway there already tonight. Trying to make it 6 consecutive double-digit scoring outputs. Just the second inning here. Harvey's had the power stroke going, and these warm temperatures have helped all the Foxes, not taking anything away from Keenan. He said his walk-off a couple games ago, he said he wasn't sure when he hit it. I was. Said he looked out and the left fielder was just standing there. That's when he realized he had gotten it. But that looked like a yard ball from the time he contacted it on the walk-off swing against, was that Denver Generals? Harvey taps that foul. Pretty good pitch. Reaching out for that is Harvey. Good plate coverage from the 6'5" righty Harvey. He had to overextend to get that one nubbed foul. Brody Belanger sighting. He comes out of the dugout area to pick up the rubbish at the backstop. Bertucci's going to take off, so will Nunez, and bags are swiped. Yeah, that is a hit-by-pitch call. Funny, Harvey almost like appealed that. He turned around to play it up by Rob Montoya. He's like, hey, that got me. And then I think Rob Montoya replayed that in his mind and realized he probably did hear a tick of a sound before it hit the catcher's mitt. It's usually how a barely hit by pitch is detected by an umpire. It's more sound than sight. Ryan Vandiver led off this inning with a single. He's back in there, 10th batter of the frame for the Foxes. Erlmeyer's pitch. Ryan did that last time. This one's foul, but he went the other way. Hit it hard. Ryan letting it travel and dropping the barrel in late in the zone. Worked for a single through the right side to start the inning. Hit that one a little farther, but foul down by the batting cage at City Park. Now they'll try to spin him a little bit. Ball, 1-1 count. Walrus ice cream here tonight, and then from a food truck perspective, it's Tuesday night in City Park, so it's food truck rally night just around the way past the pond. Max, I'm going to say, what do you think after this half? Biggs Meat Wagon, baby. Last time Max and I tried this, they were out of corn, so we're going to start earlier tonight. Max, not a corn fan. Corn on the cob, no. He will be after this. Biggs knows how to do the corn on the cob. Butter dipped. I think it's like crack infused or something. It's got all the good stuff. 3-1 count. Nowhere to put Vandiver. Vandiver's going to pop that up, and that should get the Lumberjacks out of the inning. Calling off Macarini, the second baseman, is the right fielder who gloves it. Cooper Nider on the catch, and that is 2 innings that the Foxes have left the bases loaded. They've stranded 6 runners through 2 innings, but the upshot for the Foxes, they lead 5-0. Plenty productive through 2 innings. Solid lead built. And the top of the 3rd inning arrives with the 7, 8, and 9 batters. Rocco Harmon has retired the 6 he's seen. It'll be Johnny Robledo batting first for the Lumberjacks. Brady Sires and Cooper Nider coming up. Rocco Harmon's first pitch of the 3rd inning. It's a bunt offering by Johnny Robledo. And he did. He ran through it. Strike registered. Strike called, actually, on that, the way the umpire indicated it. Rob Montoya stuck out the right hand and indicated strike. Didn't point at the batter like, yes, he did. Followed by a ball from Rocco. Just over the 20-pitch mark on the night. Ryan Vandiver trying to help him out. Ryan working on the frame game a little bit behind the plate. One of the things you do in the summer here is keep working that frame fundamental. Ryan just missed the snag and pull on that. It went back to the backstop, 2-1 count. And popped up over shortstop. Ty Acton. Very limited action right there. Took a couple steps back and a couple steps in. Like a little very basic dance move. Camped out under a high pop-up to short from Robledo. Pitch one is down to Brady Sires. Brady's the catcher, batting number 8. He's the School of Mines roster member I mentioned earlier. Centennial, Colorado. He'll take again for a 2-0 count. Rocco Harmon humming along here. Going to get back into this count on a 2-0. Try to find the zone here against Sires, and he does. Good pitch from Harmon. Rocco, 17 strikes delivered. Just 9 balls. Look out, laser foul ball. Kid standing with his back to the field almost took that one in the back of the neck. I think that's the C4, C5 vertebrae that would have hit if it was over about a half foot. That thing went smoking through the stands, and a kid was looking back to the way at the other field across the street. Eyes here, everybody. Ooh, strikeout pitch. Fell behind 2-0, did the starting pitcher, the righty Rocco Harmon, and then went to work, and he hangs up the backward K looking. Sires is out for 2 away. Rocco Harmon, 2 strikeouts recorded in the first inning. And he adds his 3rd of the game right there, 2 away. Clean efficiency sheet here for Rocco. Nobody walked to this point of the opposing batters. Opens up with a strike with a quick 2 outs here facing the 9 batter, Cooper Nider. Finds the outer edge, and Vandiver there got the frame pulled. Subtle movement. That was a little more frame than the super subtle. But well received, well earned by the catcher and the pitcher, Harmon. Vandiver working with him. And the strike 3 swing popped out of the mid of Vandiver. He grabs it back up, tags him out. I think Ryan wanted to put out there. That's a strategy, right, for catchers. Drop it real quick and stick it on him. You get the put out anyway if you catch the 3rd strike. So either way, you're getting one. And Nider goes down on a strike 3 swing. 2 Ks in the inning for Harmon, matches the 2 he had in the first. Through 3 innings, 4 strikeouts through 9 batters for Rocco Harmon. Great work for the Fort Collins High School Lambkin. Now working for the Foxes in the summertime. Rocco Harmon talking with Foxes personnel before the game. Love to see him eat up some innings tonight. Plays at Regis University in Denver. And Rocco will see more on the bump. Efficient so far. No bullpen action for the Foxes. It's the lefty on now. For the Colorado Lumberjacks, Ethan Jones steps on. Take a look at the lefty on lefty. First pitch, Sidwell spins that to third on a roller, slow roller, and Sidwell's out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice start for Ethan Jones. First time tonight that the leadoff guy for the Foxes has not reached base. First inning leadoff single for Ty Acton. Second inning leadoff single for Ryan Vandiver. Third inning, Luke Sidwell grounded out to third base. So a better start here for the Lumberjacks defense, trying to fend off another productive inning for the Foxes. Back to the top of the order. Strike 1 to shortstop Ty Acton. Roll that toward first. Hop came up a little bit. Nice job at first base. Elias Frenier just chested that one, stayed on it, saw that hop coming. It's one where he just gave up on the glove and made himself big, knocked it down. 2 away, ground ball to first. Ty Wilson. Strike one. Ethan Jones getting right to the zone here. The lefty out of Highlands Ranch, hometown. Pops that up, floating, shallow center. Wilson almost a second base by the time it came down, but it's caught. And there you go, 3 up, 3 down frame. Ethan Jones, welcome aboard. Sidwell ground out, Acton ground out. Wilson pop out to center, and that's the first time the Foxes haven't scored in the first 3 innings of play. 3 up, 3 down. That makes it 7 consecutive batters have been and out across both sides of the offense as the score settles in at 5-0 to the 4th inning. And it's back to the top of the order, Josh Miller for the Lumberjacks.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
Hey, Dad,
Lily
asks
you
what
want
is
to
a better
win
way
when
when there's no baseball. Keeps the parrot
Have
tell
fun.
you what
Off
I do.
the streets.
I stare out the
Yo,
window.
there's
and
no
wait for spring.
crying in baseball.
All yard baseball. All yard baseball.
Long wait for Josh Miller since he led off the game. Maximum wait time as he leads off the top of the 4th now. 10th batter to come to the plate for the Lumberjacks. Josh Miller flew out to center field, hit it pretty well. Ty Wilson in center was there. Didn't have to make a tough play on it, but off the bat looked pretty good from Josh Miller. And strike call there. That probably got the outer edge, but it was, I imagine, about maximum. That was Josh's question. Is that the outer edge? And I sure hope so. It's a good pitch from Rocco Harmon. Hit there again, and that would cap the AB. That one looked pretty good. A breaking ball that must have stayed on the inside. Curled around the inside part of the plate. Landed nicely from Harmon. Comes back, gets a end of the bat foul off right side out of play. Both bullpens empty at the moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Harmon is in tight and did not catch a piece of the protective equipment of Josh Miller. It was close. Full count here, 3-2. Harmon's pitch, fouled away. Nice job by Josh Miller keeping the AB alive. Rocco Harmon went full with a batter in the first inning. Second guy to the plate had a full count. That's a strikeout pitch from Harmon. 5th K of the game. did have a I'm going to keep looking. He had that one full count. Second inning for Rocco Harmon. It was a 7-pitch inning in the second. No full counts there. And had a quick third also. That was just the second full count Harmon's faced, and he got the strikeout after a foul off. Miller saw a bunch of pitches. Swinging strikeout makes it 3 in a row for the righty Harmon on the mound for the Foxes. Maverick Alcaria bent away from a bender. Alcaria didn't recognize that until it was too late. He realized it as it reached where the grass meets the dirt of the home plate circle. He's already leaning away, and then he realized that's a good pitch. And then Harmon goes outside on him. Great placement. Good work between Harmon and Vandiver. Great sequence there. Reaching and unable to get a piece of that. Alcaria makes it 4 consecutive strikeouts of Lumberjax batters for Harmon. You see the pitch count at the top of your score bug on the upper left side of your screen. 41 the number right now. Harmon's first pitch to Damian Fisher. The DH, that's ball 1. KeyBank, your goals, KeyBank's priority, everyday banking, big life moments. KeyBank is here with smart solutions and personal support. Visit one of 3 Fort Collins or Loveland locations. KeyBank, exclusive sponsor of Fox's game streams. Harmon's pitch gets a strike up to even the count at 1-1 on a swing and miss from Fisher. Harmon's 1-1. Left that down below the outer side of the zone. Ball rolled toward third. Genesis Nunez, nice hands. Good play by Nunez. That was a jeopardy ball right there. Tough play for the third baseman. Good decision to accelerate through that. And Nunez turned that into a better ball for himself. That's one of your goals on the infield. Better the ball. Play it on a hop that makes more sense. And Nunez played it, timed it perfectly. 5-3 ground ball. First ball put in play for an out in 5 batters. It was 4 consecutive Ks for Harmon doing the lifting himself. He's got 6 Ks through 4 innings completed and 12 batters faced. Attaboy, Rocco. Going to the bottom of 3, Dalton Berg, Nick Bertucci, and Genesis Nunez. We'll check in with Nick Bertucci right now on an interview caught right before the game tonight.
All right, speed interview with Nick Bertucci. Nick, haven't gotten a chance to hear you on the streams for a couple of weeks, been cycling around, but our favorite interview guy's back. Talk about the summer, where you at, and how do you want to see it finish?
Yeah, I love it. This summer's been awesome. Great bunch of guys. The games that we've been playing been good games. We've been able to scrap out some wins throughout the whole season. But yeah, looking to finish it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So looking to finish with some strong wins.
Love the bunt you showed the other night after a home run. Good home run numbers again this year. That's what a lot of people talk about. But what are parts of your game that you're maybe most happy with, or things you really have emphasized for yourself?
I think just my stealing ability this year, it's really been shown. And then, just kind of my ability to hit the ball better than I did last year, but also kind of putting up better numbers than my first year here.
I know you don't want to give too much away, but just generally, how's the arm feeling?
Arm feels good, yeah. The other night, I came up on the bump, and I know we're running short on pitches, so I went out there, threw 75% effort, and honestly, that was kind of like an unlock for me that maybe that I can do that and have more longevity on the mound.
Look good, for sure. Last thing, last year, I know season ended, you stuck around here for a little bit. You got a couple days left of this season. Probably seems weird it's already over. And what's the plan from here? Where do you go next?
Yeah, still not sure where I'm going next for the fall coming up, but definitely stay with the Reynolds and who I'm living with for a little bit and enjoy it with them.
Cool. Well, it was good to see you, Nick. Good luck tonight.
I appreciate it.
Thanks to Nick Bertucci, who's on deck. He'll bat second in the bottom of the fourth. Dalton Berg absorbs strike one and tilts his head. Politely steps out of the box and goes, eh? 1-1. Ethan Jones worked a nice third inning for the Lumberjacks. There he left it short. Like he tried to spin something up there. That one, a dying quail. You usually say that about a softly hit ball, but that pitch had a little dying quail look to it. Now he gets Berg out front. Nice off-speed pull on that from Ethan Jones. Ethan, lefty with a short arm delivery, kind of a tight bend in his elbow when he comes back for his whip, and he'll give up a whip of a barrel through the zone to Berg. Single for Dalton. Dalton 1 for 2 in the game. Walked in the second, singles there after he flew out in the first inning. Good hack by Berg. Puts the Foxes in business. They did not get a base runner last inning after sending 10 to the plate in the second inning. They went 3 up, 3 down, the Foxes in the third. They won't go traditional 3 up, 3 down in this inning unless Lumberjacks can make it non-traditional with a double play. I don't know if that's going to be turnable. Softball towards second. Macarini for 1. Macarini for 2. Gino, that's the only way you're going to get a pair on that. He comes up and tags Dalton Berg as he was running past the second baseman, Macarini. And then Gino quickly cocked the arm and fired to first base. There is the DP ball that I was saying would make it a non-traditional 3 up, 3 down. How about that from Gino? We already heard the Gino Macarini in-game interview, and he's going to be due up third in the top of the next frame, the top of the fifth. And his little bro Joey is going to join me on headset when the inning ends here. 1 ball to Genesis Nunez. Gino playing second base for the Lumberjacks. Kid out of Fort Collins High, out of the Fort Collins Baseball Club. I had the enjoyment of coaching Gino in a few different environments. Watched him come up through the FCBC intermediate program, and then he made his way onward and up into the high school ranks. Had a good high school career. He's the guy at Concordia University in Nebraska now. Saw his dad Gene and younger bro Joey come walking through before the game. I warned Joey he was going to be coming up on headset. He looked only mildly interested. 3-1 count here. Jones tries to keep it alive and can't. He will walk Genesis Nunez. Hello to Seneda and Leona, mom and grandma of Genesis. Why not get a greeting out to New York and New Jersey, respectively. Catcher Gladish goes first pitch. That's a sky ball out behind second. Macarini on the run. He's calling for it. Makes a nice play. Kept the glove down by the shoulder. Didn't reach up too high and kind of throw your balance off, maybe your stride off. Let that sail all the way down to shoulder level where Macarini made a nice running away from the infield catch with the oncoming right fielder, Cooper Nider, converging. A couple nice plays by Gino in the bottom of the fourth. One runner reached, but no damage. And two different guys reached. Double play took care of the first one. Nunez walked, and it's on to the fifth with the Lumberjacks stabilizing the Foxes. They'll need some runs, trying to figure out a way against Rocco Harmon. It'll be Elias Frenier, Zach Perry, Gino Macarini batting in the top of five. Only guy at this ballpark tonight cooler than Gino Maccarini is Joey Maccarini, right? That's the truth. That's just the way it is. Joey, 13 years of age right now. That's not a lot. That's a lot of years. Does that feel old? We're going to see your bro Gino bat third in this inning. We're going to get a lead off here from Elias Frenier, and he fouls it down the third base line. Rocco Harmon rolling. Dude is dealing tonight. He's got 6 strikeouts through 4 innings, Rocco Harmon. And he's facing Frenier, Perry, and Maccarini in the top of 5. 5-0 Foxes from City Park with clouds rolling in. Second pitch to Frenier. Nice pitch from Harmon. Dives away and swing and a miss. So, Joey, your brother played with this pitcher at Fort Collins High. I think Rocco was a year ahead of him in school. Do you remember watching Rocco pitch when he was at Collins? Anything you remember about him, whether it was pitching or just like what kind of dude he was? There's the first runner to reach. That breaks up a perfect game. Frenier singles. Nice cut by Frenier. Any memories of like Rocco? Do you ever come over and sign your forehead or anything? You don't remember if that was here, do you, by chance? Yeah, Gino told me that Collins beat Rocky here one year to help get him into the playoffs, and it's possible Rocco pitched that game. First time we've had a runner aboard tonight for the Colorado Lumberjacks. Zach Perry batting with nobody out, 1 aboard. So, Joey, we'll talk about Gino a little bit. You can tell us all the weird stuff that Gino wouldn't want you to say, but before that, congratulations to you on yet another state championship this summer at your 13-year-old level. Congrats, man. That's awesome. So you and I won 2 of those together when you were playing on my team when you were a little 9 and 10-year-old dude. And we almost got one when we were 12. We were leading in the last frame of the championship game and had that one get away. And now this year you got a pretty exciting one. This ball to right is well hit. Bertucci retreating toward the track. Reaches up. That's going to bounce off the track, stay in the park. The Lumberjacks, I said before this half inning, they're down 5-0, starting to slow down the Foxes' offense, and they need something here. Their first 2 guys are on single and a double after nobody had a hit through the first 12 batters. Perry doubles. So that you had a semifinal game this year at State that you were down, 9-0. Monster rally, had a grand slam. You didn't have it, but you were on, were you on base for that one? You probably just scored. You're batting 2-hole, right? Yeah, so I think you would come in and then, well, Granny, you guys come back, and then you had to hold off the team in the championship. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? Was it weird when I came walking out on the field after, and you're like, what are you? That was pretty awesome. Congrats on that. That was cool. Gino Maccarini, that swing hurt. Couldn't tell if he went toward his knee or his ankle. He did pop up, but Gino on the swing kind of corkscrewed himself, and he's going to take the bat, but that's not feeling great. Gino had a couple, was it last summer or 2 summers ago? He had a little ankle trouble, didn't he? Yeah. Well, obviously the highest priority here is making sure Gino's all right. I don't know if he caught a spike or what happened on that swing, but he twisted himself to the ground, and he's going to stick around, so good to see that. Didn't have to check himself out. He's smiling. Just tapped his lead foot, his left foot. He's got a protective guard up there, and it looks like Gino feels comfortable with it. He knows right now you're not going to push it here in summer collegiate ball. He just told us in the interview I played earlier in this game about getting his body ready for the fall and kind of getting his mind ready. Good-looking swing there. He's all right. Lower half looked okay. 0-2 count. All right, so what do you got on Gino for us? He'll probably listen to this later. This is your chance. It's the internet. You can say anything you want. Take your shot. No, you don't have to. I know you like your bro, but what's up with this guy? You're tracking him? Yeah, because he's been living with your aunt and uncle, right, in somewhere in the Denver area? Yeah. So you mowed the lawn? Do you still have the little lawn mowing business going? So you're not raking in the cash like you were before? That's some good money, that lawn mowing. So what about, like, one great memory I have, Gino was playing on a team that I took to Cooperstown, New York for a tournament. You were like 5 years old, I don't know, 5 or something like that, playing catch behind the dugout with your dad. I'd never met you before, and then like 4 or 5 years later, I wound up coaching you on my team. So it's been fun watching all your stuff. What do you, like, where are you at? I don't know, you play some hockey. Like, what's your goal or what's your hope in baseball? Yeah? Yeah, so name us 3 schools that would, or 2 or 5, however many. I don't know, throwing out, like, who do you like? That wouldn't be a bad one. Got all the, like the SEC, like LSU. We went to the College World Series, right? You were out there on that trip we took. You've been there a couple times, I think. More than a couple, probably. Have you gone to Concordia in Nebraska a lot for your brother's games? I'm sure your own baseball schedule makes it tough to like fit that in. So look at that guy, draws a walk. I know early for you when you were on my team as a little guy, you didn't walk a lot. You were like you really got after it, which was fine because you're a good hitter, so you'd put the ball in play. Are you walking more now, or are you still up there just let's get going? Yeah. Is that Game Changer stats? Man, what a great, Game Changer's awesome. It's a great way to see what you're doing. So Gino, after the first swing, he went down on a heap and freaked us out up here, and his parents right next to us outside the box. He draws a walk. Bases are juiced, nobody out. Grand slam here makes it one running. Who are you rooting for, by the way? Which team? The wrong guys? The out-of-town guys? Hey, I know you won the state title, but we also had the honor of having you, because you repeated 13-year-old baseball this year after playing with our team for 5 years. And we had you come back, play that last tournament with us. We won it. Yeah, we won that last one. We were batting 13 guys in a Division I Majors championship game. We won it. That's crazy, isn't it? Was that okay? Did you enjoy that, or did you kind of hate being there that weekend? Yeah. You're going to wind up, your plan is to go to Fort Collins High, right? Just like your brother. What do you see over there at Fort Collins when you look at the baseball program? That guy can play. On base percentage is high. Yeah, you say Brian Bump, that kid's already a player. He's going to be a really, God willing, he's going to be a really good high school player and maybe beyond. Brian's got that kind of potential. One out on the strikeout. Tapper, and a run's going to come to the plate. Throw bounces. Keenan Harvey makes a nice pick on that. But the Lumberjacks do get one in, so Joey, team you're rooting for, cuts into the lead 5-1. So you're from your house, you can get to, long jump to Fort Collins High, can't you, from your house? I mean, you're a good long jumper, so not everybody could, but you can get there. So right in the neighborhood, your dad coaches over there. It's gonna be fun. You got one more year before you go there, right? 8th grade coming up. Are you excited about school getting started again? Really? Good answer. Good. And where are you at? Gonna keep playing some hockey or? Yeah. We always saw that pay off. A lot of second base defense for Joey. Great feet after working out the skates. Fly ball to left, and catcher Gladish has it. Well, you were the good luck charm here. They hadn't gotten a hit in the whole game, Joey, and then you come up here and they get it done, get a run. So we'll let you join the family. Are they feeding you tonight, by the way, over here? Okay, good. Excellent. That's Joey Macarini. Gino used to be my favorite player I ever coached, but you are now. You can tell your brother I said that, all right? Joey, good to see you, buddy. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Foxes lead it 5-1 from City Park. Keenan Harvey starts the bottom of the fifth for the Foxes. Foxes bullpen still empty. Rocco Harmon absorbed his first offensive output against him on the mound last inning, but he's still got more bullets to fire, and there's a ground ball to second base. Gino Maccarini, Harvey grounds out. The last 4 outs recorded by the Lumberjacks, all involving Gino Maccarini. He has 2 putouts and 2 assists in the mix there. Turned an unassisted, a front-end unassisted double play with a ground ball to second, a tag, and a throw to first for a putout and an assist on the DP. Ryan Vandiver takes strike 1. Gino caught a pop-up then to close the bottom of 4 and now gets a ground ball to start the bottom of 5. That's 4 consecutive outs involving the second baseman. And again, credit to Ethan Jones, the lefty on the mound. The stabilizer. Hard to hold the Foxes offense down, but if he can manage that again and see if his team can scratch out another 1 or 2 here. You got a contested game. Vandiver down the line. Quick throw. Not in time. Chopper on the infield is a single for Ryan Vandiver, his second hit in 2 trips to the plate. Vandiver chopped it to third, and it's a good play at third base by Zach Perry. He made a run-through, quick exchange, get rid of it right away throw, just not in time. That's a catcher, Ryan Vandiver, going down the line, but if you think of catchers maybe as guys who don't sport as much speed, Ryan's played some infield athletic guy. He's one of those athletic, not super huge frame catchers. He got down the line well. He's replaced by a courtesy runner. That'll be Tony Mondragon again. Both of them Pooter High School guys here in Fort Collins, Vandiver and Mondragon. Tony having just graduated this spring. Luke Sidwell leaves that one up just by a tick. Sidwell, I'm sorry. Vandiver's been up 3 times. That's my mistake. He's 2 for 3. He batted twice in the second inning, and I failed to see one of those when I eyeballed it quick. Singled and popped out in the second. Now singles in the 5th, Vandiver. Sidwell working the AB. Luke in the number 9 spot. Jones pitch. I like the name Maccarini, but of all the names on the field right now, I'd say Jones my favorite. This is Ethan, the lefty, on the mound. Lights are on at City Park. That's been that way for, I think, a couple innings now with the clouds coming in. 3-1 count is correct on our score bug. Our plate umpire, Rob Montoya, was flashing that up. He's flashing it toward the score booth, but the scoreboard control is in the first base dugout now with the remote control system City of Fort Collins added this year. So Rob would have to fling that over toward the first base dugout to correct the count. That will end that count with a walk. First and second, one away. That leadoff ground ball is important here. It's not good since then with the infield single and the walk. You got trouble brewing, but if it was nobody out, that's a completely different stress situation. So still in decent position to try to wiggle out of here for the Lumberjacks. But it's back to the top of the order for the 4th time here in the 5th inning. Remember, the Foxes left them loaded in the first and the second. They scored 5 times combined between those 2 innings, and 6 runners were stranded. So the batting order has been matriculating. 4th time starting through now in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch skips in to the third base side of home plate. Acton has a 2-0 advantage. That one hits him right in the tailbone. I laugh a little when I say that. That's not cool of me. Ty, the expression from him was what made me chuckle a little bit. He turned and just, that one had him centered up. It wasn't high velo, and Ty turned, offered the back of his belt. Hopefully that's what it hit. Take away a little bit more of that sting. Ty's down to first base, and bags are loaded. This is the third inning in 5 innings played that the Foxes have filled the bases. Lots of traffic. Get a helicopter out there with some traffic reports. Guys everywhere out there. It's like I-25. See if Ty Wilson can get in the express lane here on I-25. Get some guys moving. Good pitch, strike one. That's wide of the zone. Clouds are floating in here. It's darkening in northwest Fort Collins. Pretty sky right now. A little bit of a breeze blowing. 2-1 count to Ty Wilson. Ty's been on base twice via the walk. Also has a pop out to center. 8 walks issued by Lumberjax pitching. Jones just missed off the edge. Not a bad pitch there. Jones has walked 2 in 2 1/3 on the mound in relief. Kai Erlmeyer, 6 walks in 2 frames. Wilson turned on that. He's going to hit that to the corner and left, and that's going to clear off. That is the express lane. Ty Wilson doubles on I-25, and 3 guys come to the plate. No toll fee. Tolls are waived tonight in the express lane for Ty Wilson. Three RBIs on the double. Oh, don't judge me. I just said RBIs. Some of you say that. Stands for runs batted in. So if you say RBIs, it's runs batted ins. But if you're just talking about the abbreviated stat, I suppose you can get away with RBIs. It's not quite either. Tomato, tomato. That is something tasty. It's on the fairway of the first hole of City Park 9. That is a power drive off the tee box from Dalton Berg. Dalton continues his late season power surge. 7th bomb of the year for Dalton. He's been hanging them up with frequency over the last week plus. Dalton launches that one. He's into 3rd place, 3rd standing overall on the team now in home runs for the season. Was tied with Gavin Short and catcher Gladish with 6 each. Berg now has 7, and those have all come here late in the year. Dalton finding his overall swing and his power stroke along with that. Bomb from Berg. Ty Wilson scores in front of that. That's 2 swings on back-to-back at-bats that produce 5 RBI. All right, fact check me here. I hadn't really thought about this before, but I think mathematically in baseball, the most RBI you can get on back-to-back at-bats is 5. Right? Think about that as like a grand slam followed by a home run. That'd be 5 RBI. What just happened was a bases clearing double followed by a home run. That's 5 RBI. Yeah, there's no way to get more than 5 RBI in back-to-back at-bats. And we just did that. So that's cool. The home run brigade of 2026, the Foxes continuing to launch the long ball. Berg hits the first one out of the park on the night. 64 home runs on the year for the Foxes. Dalton is 2 RBI. He's got 24 on the year for RBI. Ty Wilson has 23 now after his 3 RBI double. 2-0 count to Bertucci. Nick watches that wide of the zone 3-0. Dalton Berg, I mentioned his late season power surge. He's got the average up over 333 now. 2 hits tonight. Nick Bertucci's going to take a walk. That'll be his first walk and second on base of the game. First guy this inning was out. It was a ground ball out. Looked good for Ethan Jones, working his 3rd frame. Is that right? Yep. And that's going to be all for Ethan as the Foxes chase him after the ground ball out. It's single, walk, hit by pitch, double home run, walk, and the lefty Ethan Jones will yield to Damian Fisher. Damian batting in the 3 spot, DHing. He'll take over on the bump. Pitching change for Lumberjax. First pitch is going to skip back to the screen, and Bertucci will take second base. On a wild one, Damian Fisher, third pitcher of the game for Lumberjacks. Damian looking around to orient to the runners. He finds Bertucci and then kind of looked around to make sure nobody's on first, getting his bearings and his traffic report for himself. Damian listed as a third baseman at a Highlands Ranch Rock Canyon High School. Johnson County Community College won the JUCO World Series up in Grand Junction, Colorado this year. That's where Damian's going to head, to Johnson County. That's quite an opportunity. Number 1 ranked team in the country this year coming into the JUCO World Series, Johnson County. They defeated Blinn College out of Texas, the Bryan College Station area, in the final game, 8-5 win to take home the crown as the number 1 overall seed. An epic season. Record-setting campaign, 219 home runs. They hit 15 home runs at Saplesio Field during the JUCO World Series, 15 World Series bombs for a team that put up 219 home runs on the season. That was in 70 games. That's over 3 home runs per game for Johnson County, where the pitcher who's on the hill right now will go. That ball from Genesis Nunez is rocked into the gap in left center. Bertucci's going to score. And another extra base hit in the frame. Third extra base knock of this inning. It's a double. Gio Nunez, RBI, pushes in Nick Bertucci. It's 11-1. And again, it takes us to a conversation about run rule. 10 after 7. Little drizzle was falling when I poked my head outside of the Fox box a minute ago. Luckily, we've got the tarp roof on here, so I'm not getting actively drizzled on, but it might have stopped. The fans aren't really moving anywhere, so any moisture is not anything enough to make anybody move around, but I felt a few spitting drops. Spinning pitch missed the zone. That was up. It was a good fastball. Sharp angle down from Fisher. Strike 2. Gladish makes it 1-1. Johnson County, 219 home runs at Johnson County Community College this year in their JUCO World Series champion campaign. They had 50 home runs more than their next closest competitor in the season stats all year nationally in JUCO. 219 home runs. The next closest program had 169. That's 50 more. It's a college baseball record. Swing and a miss for Gladish will be an out. Second out of the inning, and it's the first batter of the inning and the 9th batter of the inning who have been the outs. Keenan Harvey is the 10th guy. He's batting for the second time this frame. So think about that. Johnson County, they set a collegiate home run record for any level of ball. In 1997, LSU, powerhouse, and a staple in Omaha for the College World Series, had the record for home runs in a single season for a team. And Johnson County beat that by more than 30 bombs. In the 180s, 180-ish range for LSU. In 97, it's 219 for Johnson County. All kinds of crazy stats from that JUCO World Series winning team. So the Johnson County Cavaliers will take on this guy on the mound, Damian Fisher. Great opportunity for Damian. Pitch dips below the zone. Nunez leading off second. And for those who are trying to spot that up on the map, Overland Park, Kansas. That's where Johnson County CC is located. Fisher's pitch, bending pitch that stayed inside on Keenan Harvey. Harvey just left the yard. That one's going to Overland Park, Kansas, too. At one hops to a fan right behind the 352. Well, not right behind, deep behind the 352 sign. Family out there goofing around, playing some yard darts or something, and about got darted by that ball from Keenan Harvey. He hit one on cue a couple nights ago when I was talking about putting it in the swimming pool out there, and now Keenan joins the game of yard darts out in left center. Keenan, another guy powering up down the backstretch of this season. That flashes me back to the thought on Dalton Berg. He started hitting home runs on July 2nd. Did not have any home runs the May 30 game, Dalton Berg, or all of June for Berg. Went through June with no yard balls, and then Dalton hit one on July 2nd. July 3rd, the fireworks for Dalton started. July 7 had a home run, and now 4 consecutive games with a home run for Dalton Berg. July 17, 18, 19, and 21. Total up to 7. 4 of those have come in the last 4 games. And Keenan Harvey, who just went yard, has been producing similar power stats. Keenan with that shot. He has his 6th on the year. That's what I've got him down for here. Keenan has 3 consecutive games with a home run. July 18, 19, and 21. He's had a blast in every one of those contests. Half of his home run total have come in the last 3 games as the Foxes are playing their 38th tonight. Dang, bro. That's lifted by Vandiver, popped up. Looks like it's going to stay in play right back to home plate. That probably would have hit on home plate if that would have not been caught. Good play by the catcher, Brady Sires. That ball started pretty well foul on the backstop side of the home plate dirt circle, and then with the curl on that, I think that might have smacked down on home plate. It would have definitely bounced fair for a base hit if you don't make the play on it. Sires made the catch. Harvey punctuated the frame. Foxes punctuate this game with an 8-run 5th inning. It is 13-1. Fort Collins dominating tonight.
Hey, it's Max Alpha, head coach, manager, governor, executive, chief of Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite in my 5-ton pickup truck that I bought at Cartropolis. One of my 4 vehicles. One of only 6 total vehicles in the village of Sugar Lake. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite tryouts are coming up. Be there if you want to be elite. We only take people who are better than everybody else. If you want to be the best, be at tryouts. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. Do not look at our record on Game Changer. We're the elitist. We will cover airfare for anybody across the globe who believes they're better than anybody else. We'll pay for you to be at our tryout. Don't miss it. Elite Prospects Gold Platinum Elite. We're just better than you.
Corn on the cob arrived from Big's Meat Wagon. Thank you, Max. This will be my first time ever simultaneously eating corn on the cob and broadcasting. You're welcome. Ball 1 from Harmon. Ryan Vandiver behind the plate. Vandiver just popped out to his counterpart behind the dish, Brady Sires. Ryan, the catcher, popped straight up to catcher. Vandiver tried to earn that one down at the bottom of the zone, didn't get it. 3-0 count. There's the bullpen for the Lumberjacks down the left field line. There's a strike from Harmon on a 3-0. He just pours one through the zone, keep the count alive. Full take on that pitch. At the top of the order, Josh Miller. And that one will miss up. Miller draws a walk. Johnny Robledo is in the bullpen. Johnny, the guy loosening up. I was talking to Gino Maccarini before the game. He said some position guys are going to get on the mound tonight. Arms limited as far as pure pitchers. Harmon, after his walk, back with a vengeance on a good pitch. First pitch strike. It was Rocco's second walk issued. He's working in his 6th inning tonight. Good control by Rocco. Over to first base. On a pick throw. Josh Miller is back. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks for Harmon. He'll go again over to first base. 69 pitches you see on your screen, and 45 of those have been strikes. That's spiffy. Ground ball chopping towards second. Sidwell's going to just go to first with it. That'll move Miller along to second on the ground ball out for Maverick Alcaria. One down, and it's Damian Fisher. He was DHing. He's now pitching. He'll still hit in the 3 spot. 1 out, runner on second. Fisher, then Frenier. Couple of tall righties heading to the box against the righty Rocco Harmon. That's turned on, and that's right down the line. It started foul. It's curling back. It'll be caught in fair territory. Catch is made by catcher Gladish. Thing looked like it was heading foul. Usually when you get a righty pulling like that, it'll have that hook to it. That one he must have gotten inside of a little bit, and it spun back out shy of the track. Caught by Gladish. Fly out to left for 2 away, and it's Elias Frenier. I'm sorry, lefty in the box here. I've said a couple righties coming at you. Got a tall righty, tall lefty. Now Frenier. I like Elias. I don't know him personally, but I've liked the way he's gone at it tonight, first base and at the plate. He's 1 for 2 in the game, scored the only run of the game for the Lumberjacks last inning in the 5th. So I like him, but if he does get out, that means I get to play some tunes and get back to my corn on the cob. So I'm kind of rooting for that, even though I don't want to wish ill to Elias. That's nothing I did there. That's all Rocco Harmon. Filthy stuff away. With some deception to it. Swing and a miss for Frenier. 6th inning, 13-1 ball game. Foxes have their 6th consecutive double-digit scoring production. Fly ball left, Gladish drifting back, settles and makes the catch. Frenier flies out to left, back-to-back fly balls to Gladish in left. Leadoff walk, doesn't do any real damage. Ground out, fly out, fly out. Bottom of the 6th, Foxes will bat again and then have a chance to throw a run rule on the Colorado Lumberjacks, perhaps in front of some weather floating around. Luke Sidwell to lead it off, number 9 spot for the Foxes. Thanks for not hitting the first two pitches, Luke. I was finishing my corn on the cob. Luke Sidwell buys me a little time with a good patient AB. Sometimes you do that to see some pitches. Other times you do it to let the guy on the headset finish his corn on the cob. Well played, Luke. Tyler McAllister has jumped in behind the plate. McAllister behind the dish. He'll have a ball four that gets away to the backstop, but no additional gain for Sidwell on the leadoff walk. The catcher changed to Tyler McAllister. He's from Centennial, Colorado, hometown for Tyler. Rocco Harmon throwing strikes at a 65% clip on the night. 65% of his pitches for strikes, 35% for balls. That'll work any day. Pitch is down, ball one to the top of the order. Ty Acton, the Foxes potentially are only going to bat 6 times around tonight, 6 innings. Not around, but 6 innings worth of batting. And Ty has been up 5 times. Got a base hit right there. 2 hits and a hit by pitch in this game. 3 for 5 on the night for Ty Acton in what appears like it could very well be the final round of hitting for the Foxes tonight. Bullpen was working for the Foxes. Marcus Hull was down there. Hull has been one of the top appearances pitchers for Fort Collins this summer. Might see him for one if Harmon's done. First 2 guys aboard for the Foxes. Bunt shown by Ty Wilson. So in a spring college game or a high school game, if you showed bunt at 13-1, next pitch would come at your ear. Bunt comes again instead. My point was going to be in a summer collegiate league, all these guys know that everybody's here trying to work for their team, but also working on individual development. And for Ty Wilson, the bunt game, an important part of what he does to push the on-base percentage. So no shame in working on that skill in this situation. And Ty, he ain't about the sack bunts, by the way. The speed he's got. Any bunt he puts down, he's thinking on base. 1-2 count to Ty Wilson. For the Foxes pitching staff, here comes the 1-2 from Fisher. That skips in. It is mask blocked by the new pitcher, McAllister. Nice play there to keep the runners in a forced position. Kieran Lawing leads the Foxes with 14 appearances on the mound this season. Marcus Hull and Matthew Hazard next most at 11 each. And we saw Hull warming up, might make his 12th appearance. Here goes Wilson, going to try to steal a bag. Fox is trying to get that record, get that goal achieved, and they're going to get a pair right there on a double steal. Acton to second. Luke Sidwell takes third. So Luke, on that blocked pitch before, he didn't go. He saw the block off the mask of the catcher, McAllister. Decided not to risk it. But the very next pitch, he takes off. Finds his way on over to third. Acton moves in behind him to second, and Wilson fouls it away. Keeps a 3-2 count alive. Fox's 6 consecutive games in double digits. Wilson's going to hit that to center. That ball's down, and in comes Sidwell. Around comes Acton. Up, he'll hold up. And it's Wilson into second with a double. Ty Wilson, full count. Extra base hit, RBI for Ty. He had a 3 RBI double last inning. He's got another RBI 2-bagger right here. Here comes Dalton Berg, but first here comes a mound visit, and there will be a pitching change. Center fielder was beckoned. Going to go change gloves. That was still Johnny Robledo. Johnny Robledo playing center. He'll go swap out the glove, and looks like he'll head to the mound. In the sixth inning, Dalton Berg having another night. He's 2 for 3 in the game. A walk, single, and a home run. 2-run shot in the fifth. It'll be Berg facing the new pitcher after a warm-up. Fox has started this double-digit scoring streak, 6 consecutive games in double-digit scoring. They started it 6 days ago against the Lumberjacks, same team they're playing tonight. Put up 11 that night, 12 the next night, 10 the next night, 14 the next night, 17 the next night. Took a day off yesterday, and they're right back on 14 runs tonight, and could be more coming unless Robledo can shut down this nobody out, 2 aboard, 1 run already in situation in the bottom of 6. Johnny Robledo's second pitch to Dalton Berg is a split count, 1-1. Trying to convince Shy Max to throw a headset on, and he's too busy eating Big's Meat Wagon food truck food. Berg fouls that back. Max told me to negotiate with his agent. Maybe we'll get him on here in a future game, but first we got to talk. Who is your agent? Dad or your mom? Or Scott Boris. Okay, fine. We're probably not going to get you. I don't think I can. That guy, he's not going to accept what we have to offer, which is food truck food. Pop up, shortstop. Berg is out. Johnny Robledo gets his first assignment accomplished. 1 away. Ty Wilson with 2 doubles in this game. Genesis Nunez has a double. Home runs for Keenan Harvey and Dalton Berg. 5 extra base hits for the Foxes in their 12 hits. They have 7 singles and 5 extra base hits. Almost have the 50-50 split on XBH. Tell you what we're going to do after the 6th is going to encore present the tandem interview with Keenan Harvey and Dalton Berg, since they both homered again tonight. Caught an interview with them a couple days ago, and they deserve a replay of that. Fun stuff with the boys. Bertucci is pushed away from the plate, and Nick reacted. I think what he reacted to was he's thinking, yeah, I got to wear that. Nick's been working on elements of his game that he hopes will get him noticed for the RMAC, among other places, this next season. Now he's going to straight take, showing baseball IQ. He oversold the take for sure. Sometimes you do that when you're in the box. I am not swinging. See if he can psychological up the pitcher a little bit. Then he went for the downs. Some distant lightning way, way out over left center field. And Nick was trying to meet that with some thunder of his own. 3-2 pitch coming here. And it's up. And again, Bertucci demonstrating some patience. If you heard the interview earlier in the game that I did with Nick for tonight's contest, he was talking about different parts of his game he's been working on, including stolen bases. Right now does not have that opportunity with the bases full. But he's also been trying to add to the variety of ways he can get on base, more patient, laying off some breaking stuff and earning more walks. Nick just did that. Nunez swings. So now it should be, it's 4 of the 6 innings that the Foxes have loaded the bases. I mentioned earlier the I-25 type traffic out here. Good pitch from Robledo. Nunez waves as that one bends away and gone for strike 3, 2 down. Nick Bertucci with the second best on-base percentage into tonight's game for the Foxes. Genesis Nunez, .515 on-base percentage, leads the team, and Bertucci at .497 on base. Nick has added to that tonight, a single and a couple walks in 5 opportunities to head to the plate. 3 times on base. Catcher Gladish. Look, everybody likes hitting a grand slam. Gladish has the juice for that. Tied for 4th most home runs on the team this season. He's got 6 on the year. Good pitch there. That'd be hard to hit one out on that. That's down and away. Tough spot to go get. Gladish took it. 2-2 count on the KeyBank scorebug. Gladish swings, and that's a strikeout. First base occupied with less than 2 outs. Oh, no other time. I'm sorry, there were 2 outs. Everybody else reacted like it was over, including Gladish and me. I forgot about the Daltonburg pop-up, but back-to-back Ks for Robledo, who comes in from center field and jumps on the mound and extinguishes that significant threat. First 3 guys reached for the Foxes, just 1 scored. It was Sidwell after his leadoff walk. They pad the run rule insurance margin, make it 14-1 to the top of the 7th inning. Last shot would have to have 4 runs here out of the Lumberjacks. Zach Perry, Gino Maccarini, Johnny Robledo due up for the Lumberjacks.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's supposed to be always in your
If it wasn't hard, everyone would do second base.
The
and
hard
keep your foot
is what
on
makes
first.
it great.
You want to have a catch, Smalls.
Full yard baseball. Full yard baseball. Full yard baseball.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Keenan Harvey.
I'm Avery Cherry, and you're watching Fox's Baseball from City Park.
Keenan Harvey, what the heck? That's the internet. Can I say what the heck? No, I'm not even going to say it. Keenan, talk about your bomb last night.
Honestly, it was a good pitch to hit it out. I didn't know if it was like gonna go out for sure. Like 90% sure. Then I looked at the left fielder, he wasn't moving, so all right, that's a homer.
Hey, Dalton, get back over here. That was the third of 3 3-run bombs last night. 3 3-run bombs last night. You guys are 1 home run away from 60 for the season. You set a record, like a single season record for Foxes. So Dalton, you hit a 3-run jack in the first, got it going. Tell us about your bomb.
Yeah, I mean,
First pitch of the at-bat, always looking, I think it's probably the best pitch to hit a lot of the time. So I was just looking heater, left it up in the zone, and I just happened to, pull it over the right field fence.
Here's the 7th inning, and the first pitch goes to left field for a base hit. Zach Perry, second hit of the game for Perry. He's 2 for 3. On a night that has been a difficult one to get base hits, Perry has 2 of the 3 hits in this game for the Lumberjacks. Rocco Harmon going to aim for a CG here, a complete game. Here's Gino Maccarini.
That strike brought to you by Local Union 247365. We like strikes.
Second pitch swinging Maccarini. This is the old Lampkins teammates matchup. Rocco Harmon, Gino Maccarini. Rocco won the first face-off in the second inning on a ground ball to third base, hit by Gino Maccarini. Gino won the second round with a walk in the 5th. 2 strikes.
That ball brought to you by Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Now a 1-2 count to Maccarini. A little bit of rain pelting the Fox box tarp. Gino in protect mode here. 1-2. Started the hand, stopped him when he recognized the spin on that pitch. Nice job by Vandiver to slide over there and find a way on that pitch. Busting hard to the left-hand batter's box. Harmon's 2-2 pitch. That's up and in, and that's worthy.
That ball brought to you by Rocky Mountain Oysters.
That'll run it full. Nobody out, 1 on. 3-2 pitch. Going to send a throw over to first. Harmon's got a good pick move, too. He's been good all night. He's demonstrated that precision on the placement of the pick toss. Big family contingent here for Maccarini, looking at his 3-2 offering, and that one will keep the count alive.
That foul brought to you by Chester's Chicken Farm, feeding fowl to the folks of Sugar Lake.
Maccarini stays on a 3-2 count. Thunder now thundering over City Park in Fort Collins. And a walk pitch. 2 walks in 3 plate appearances for Gino Maccarini, and 2 runners are on. And a mound visit from Jay O'Connor. Rocco Harmon trying to go the distance. Now working some quick bullpen with Marcus Hull back down there, heating it up quickly. Rocco's going to stay out there. Fox is trying to close this out in a run rule as the storm clouds push in. Looking at Rocco's stats, he has 1 game Dodge City A's on July 6th. That was a beauty. That was a 7-inning effort from Rocco, 86 pitches. He's at 82 right now. He started both of his appearances for the Foxes July 6 and July 21. 6 hits, 1 run. That was unearned against Dodge City on July 6th. Just 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Harmon getting some good work here with the Foxes this summer. That ball is lifted against the dark clouds of the night sky. It's a triangle sliding through and no catch made. Wilson can't get a throw off to second. Gladish came flying in to try to make the catch. Ball bounces down and the bases are now full of Lumberjacks. That's a single. Everybody in the park is on the old, hey, let's get a quick 3 outs here. It's light show is starting here as the clouds push in. On the edge of the end of this one, chopper toward third. Nunez is going to come to the plate. He spiked the throw. Good pick at the plate by Ryan Vandiver to save the out. That'll be a fielder's choice put out at the plate. Gio Nunez making that throw, and a nice pick on a short hop by the catcher, Ryan Vandiver. It's now 1 out. Bases stay full. That was Brady Sire's spot. Tyler McAllister in at the catching position. Hit that chopper. He'll get a courtesy runner. Strike 1 from Harmon. Well, I would imagine it's going to be a big zone right now with the weather pushing in and this game nearing a TKO from the Foxes. There's strike 2. Good pitches there. Give Harmon credit. Those aren't stretched out at all. Those are just great edge of the zone deliveries. Parker Fagans is the courtesy runner. Over at first base, Fagans running, 0-2 pitch. There's a ring up. Cooper Nider saw that one inside, but disagreement from the umpire. The tight, sharp finish to that pitch. It rips into the zone, moving from the inside of the plate to the edge the last couple feet. Harmon executes a beautiful pitch in what he hopes sets up the final batter he'll see in this game, and it's a swinging strike 1 to Josh Miller. Miller, fly out, strikeout, and a walk in this game. 89 pitches for Rocco Harmon. 0-1 count, 2 down, bases full. Another strike up. Another one that just bites away from the bat of Josh Miller. Harmon finishing strong here. Crisp. 0-2. Wide with the attempt to end it. Went for a little something extra there and pulled it to the outside part of the plate. 1-2 pitch. That one's down. Harmon on the extra effort both times. He's kind of finished sloping down the hill a little harder than some previous pitches. Rocco now get a breath, get his legs under him on a 2-2 delivery. Can the Foxes put it away here? Nope, foul ball. It was roped foul right past third base coaching box. Here's your weather update. You can see what that looks like. Still not a completely closed out sky, but dark clouds dominate twilight in Fort Collins. Harmon twilights the Lumberjacks. Ryan Vandiver turns and says thanks for the handshake to Rob Montoya behind the plate. The battery dominates tonight. It's Rocco Harmon, Ryan Vandiver. The 1 run in the 5th inning was all for the Lumberjacks tonight. Those first 4 zeros tonight, that was a perfect first 4 for Rocco Harmon. He faced 12 batters through the first 4 innings. Just that 1 run in the 5th, and Rocco rocks on the night for the Foxes. 93 pitches, 61 of those for strikes, 61 strikes, 32 balls, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 9 Ks, and 3 walks. And Rocco finishes with a pair of strikeouts to cap off his 7-inning run rule complete game. Second time we've seen Rocco go 7 here in July for the Foxes. Slider waves the victory flag, and the Foxes take another one, moving to 24-14 on the year. 6 consecutive games in double-figure scoring for the Foxes. 5 extra base hits tonight, couple doubles for Ty Wilson, and a double for Genesis Nunez. And again, the home run combo 3 consecutive games. Both of those guys have gone deep. Harvey and Berg again pair up on long balls tonight. Foxes win it 14-1 over the Lumberjacks. These teams are scheduled to play again tomorrow night. I'm told at this point, scheduled to be a 7-inning ball game tomorrow instead of the traditional 9. That was the report right before game time tonight. So the Foxes will play this same Lumberjack squad tomorrow. Each team going to dig into their pitching a little bit and go 7 on Wednesday night in City Park. Thanks for being with us on the Foxes YouTube channel. Thanks to KeyBank, exclusive sponsor of Fox's game streams. Fox's 14-1 win gives them their 24th win of the year. Back at it tomorrow from City Park. Good night from Northern Colorado.